with your first heat race event with the O'Reilly Auto Parts Sprint Cars. Your Hillborn Injection heat race number 1, Tim Deaver, bringing him to the white line in turn 4. Let's turn him up. Kelly Angelette leading them around turn number 4 for lap number 1. Off turn 4, they come by. Brad Pinkerton getting a bit out of shape, gathers it back in. John Egan currently running second. Tim Deaver running third. And Randy Miller running in that 4th and final transfer. John Carney currently running 5th, 1 spot out of tonight's feature event. Kelly Angelette still showing the way. 0.5 of a second advantage over John Egan, currently running second. Now your race for 3rd, 4th, and 5th in turn 2. Randy Miller moves up into the 3rd spot. Now John Carney looks to the bottom side. That's the race for the final transfer. John Carney moves up to the 4th spot. Tim Deaver back to 5th. Paul White running in the 6th position. Then it's Crawley, Pinkerton, Minchin, and Bell. Tim Crawley also moving up through the field. He moves around Tim Deaver. That is the race for the 6th spot. Keep in mind, only the top 4 cars transferring on into tonight's feature event. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Randy Miller now closing in on John Egan down in turn 1. Your race for 2nd. Side by side, they race through turns 1 and 2. Egan gets a good run on the cushion down the back straightaway, hangs on to 2nd. Randy Miller running 3rd. John Carney still running in that 4th and final transfer. Off turn 4, your leader is Kelly Angelette. John Egan still running in that 2nd spot. Randy Miller trying to make the move for 2nd. Currently running 3rd. White flag, 1 to go, as Angelette leads the way into turn number 1. John Egan still running 2nd. Randy Miller 3rd. John Carney running 4th. This time by checkered flags coming out. Heat race number 1. Your winner of the Hillborn Injection heat race number 1, car number 19A of Kelly Angelette. Running 2nd, the U2 of John Egan. 3rd, the 2D of Randy Miller. Running in that 4th and final transfer, the car number 86, that's John Carney.
360 National.
The yellow lights are off again, 8 laps the distance. Larry's taking a look at him through turns 3 and 4 to the white line. Doug Wilson bringing the fast Mac off turn 4, we're green. Brett Golick showing the way. Oh, hang on, Jesse Janetto just getting her put back together. Don't try and take it apart. Going down the back straightaway. Brett Golick shows the way by the scoreboard. Dennis Moore Jr. running 2nd. The Jocko's Auto Parts car number 71. Steve Ware's running 3rd. David Hesmer running in the 4th spot. Again, the top 4 cars transfer on now. Hesmer taking a look at Steve Ware's as Curtis Thorson moves around Doug Wilson, who's drifting back quickly. Down the back straightaway they race. David Hesmer racing in turn 4, trying to keep an eye on Steve Wares to make the move for 3rd. Brett Golick doing a fine job racing off turn 2. In the Odom Redemption Center, Searsboro Telephone, car number 5G. He is your race leader. Dennis Moore Jr. in that Jocko's Auto Parts DZ Truck Accessories, car number 71, running 2nd. Steve Ware's running 3rd now. David Hesmer looks to the bottom side. Not going to do it this time, racing down the back chute. Curtis Thorson still 1 spot out of qualification for tonight's feature. Nine-tenths of a second advantage. Brett Golick has over Dennis Moore Jr. racing into turn 3. Steve Ware still running 3rd. David Hesmer 4th. Curtis Thorson. Then it's Rodney Dowd, Mike Chad, Janetto, and Wilson. As Hesmer again knocks on the door. Steve Ware's down the back straightaway, closes in, looks to the bottom side. Your race in turn 3. Got it, David Hesmer takes over the third spot, racing off turn 4. Steve Wares falls back to 4th. This time by off turn 4, the white flag's out. 1 lap to go for your race leader, Brett Golick. Dennis Moore, David Hesmer, Steve Wares, Curtis Thorson, Rodney Drought, Mike Chad, Janetto, and Wilson. Brett Golick bringing her on the cushion off turn 4 for the final time. Checkered flag's out, your winner, Brett Golick. Dennis Moore Jr. running second, David Hesmer third, and Steve Wares your 4th and final transfer.
The next 4 will transfer automatically to the B, and the remaining cars will tail the C main. Keep your eye on your flagman, Larry DeCrive. This time by, the green flag waves up and down. Your early race leader, the Dr. Jerry Crabb in that 12 car. Mark Wilson now running second to 0. Larry Ball Jr. running third and now working on the bottom side for that 4th and final transfer spot. And now it's the 10T of Terry Gray running in that 5th spot. Frankie Lee in your 4th and final transfer spot, but he's being challenged now by Terry Gray on the bottom side. It's Terry Gray working on the 4th and final transfer spot. Still out front, your race leader from Des Moines, the Dr. Jerry Crabb. Running second, closing in now, hard charging Larry Ball Jr. Keep your eye on the race lead. Mark Wilson still running in that 3rd position, holding down the 4th and final transfer spot. That's Frankie Lee. And ladies and gentlemen, keep your eye on Frankie Lee in that 6X car. The 4th and final transfer spot is a vulnerable position, and Terry Gray will be looking to take it away from Frankie Lee. And ladies and gentlemen, going down the backstretch now, it's Jerry Crabb still holding off the hard-charging 5J of Larry Ball Jr. of Knoxville, Iowa. Still running third, it's Mark Wilson, Frankie Lee, Terry Gray, Bob White running 6th in that 22 car. And now your new race leader on the white flag lap, it's Larry Ball Jr. And a tough break for your race leader. Leading 7 of the 8 laps is the Dr. Jerry Crabb. Keep your eye on the 4th and final transfer spot, working on the bottom side. That's Jason Sides. Jason Sides now on the bottom side of Terry Gray, your race down the backstretch for your 4th and final transfer. And now working on the bottom side through 3 and 4. It's Terry Gray on the white flag lap. Ladies and gentlemen, he's making a nice move now. Terry Gray holding down that 4th and final transfer spot. Jason Sides, time running out for the car 7 of Jason Sides. Take a look at the cars this time by, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be going green flag racing. It's Stacey Alexander and Scott Whitworth bringing around the white line. And as they come at you, the green flag waves up and down. Your early race leader is the 126 of Stacey Alexander. Scott Whitworth taking a look in 2nd place, running 3rd. And now taking a look at the bottom side, the 5 wide Mike Houseman. He takes a look at that 5th and final transfer spot. Roger Rager now in that 6 car running 4th, and as Mike Houseman slow through 1 and 2, he gives up the 4th and final transfer spot to the Indy vet of Roger Rager. Still Stacy Alexander, Breezy Whitworth, the 41 of Jason Johnson running third, and Roger Rager in your fourth and final transfer spot. Take a look now at the 61 champ Danny Jennings. He's running fifth, and he'll be making a look into the make it to the A-main the easy way. Running sixth is the 2 of Snodgrass. Running seventh, the Y5 of Mike Houseman. Running eighth, the 8 of And now, ladies and gentlemen, checking out of this heat race, the 126 of Stacy Alexander. The Flying Farmer, Breezy Whitworth, still running second. Jason Johnson from Eunice, Louisiana, still running third. As we were halfway that lap, three laps to go for your race leader, Stacy Alexander. And ladies and gentlemen, he's got the kite string out and the white flag as well. This time by, it's Stacy Alexander. Roger Rager in the 6th car, still holding down the 4th and final transfer spot. And time running out for the 61 of Danny Jennings, as they'll have 2 more corners to try to make it to the A-main.
And Larry Pinniger, Rodney Turner, Wayne Johnson, and Alan Zoot round out the field. 8 laps the distance, top 4 cars transferring onto the feature. The second 4 cars go to the B, and the remainder are in the C main event. Crawling around to turns 3 and 4 to the white line, getting set to go green. We're green. Doran Doty gets a good start on the field, bringing him into turn 2. They race side by side and wheel to wheel through the turn. Down the back straightaway they go. Doran Doty, your race leader. Leonard running second. Here comes Kerry Matson. Looks to the bottom side. That's your race for the 4th and final transfer. Eric Mason now trying to reel in Matson, who takes a look at the 3rd spot. Racing into turn 2, moves around Miller for 3rd. Got it, takes it over to Kerry Matson. Oh, hang on to your hat, Rodney Turner. Turner gets a bit outside, gathers it back in, down the front straightaway. Racing 2 wide through the field, that's your race for the 4th spot. Miller, Mason, and Johnson battle down the back straightaway. Mason looks to the bottom side in turn 3. Side by side they go. Eric Miller with the slight advantage, racing down the front straightaway as Wayne Johnson moves around Eric Mason. Now Wayne Johnson racing Eric Miller in turn 2. Take a look, would you please? Doran Doty works off turn 4, your race leaders, shooting down the front straightaway. Greg Leonard running second. Kerry Matson still running in that 3rd spot. Then your race for 4th. Eric Miller running in that 4th and final transfer as Wayne Johnson trying to close in. Reels him in now, about a half a car length down the back straightaway. They go nose to tail. Johnson sets him up, dives to the bottom side, takes over the advantage, but now Miller working the cushion off turn 4, still wheel to wheel down the front chute. Down the chute into the turn. Johnson with the advantage. Puts a slide job on Eric Miller. Takes over the 4th and final transfer. Eric Miller now settling into the 5th spot as Eric Mason closing in. Looks to the high side of the cushion. Thinks better and nose to tail off turn 4. That's your race for the 5th spot as Eric Miller and Mason battle it out. Mason gets out of shape. Oh, loops it around and on its side in turns 1 and 2.